So Set 9 finally got released. What'd you guys get? Did you pull anything good? I know I didn't. Anyways, I just came back from Anime Expo, and I am so very tired. But I'm not gonna let that stop me from making my videos. Though both my parents are back home now, so it's kind of random if I make videos. But right now it's 1 o'clock in the morning, and I'm gonna quickly make this video because I enjoy making videos, especially if they're about card games, because card games are cool. I seriously have to start making, like, battles where it's like another guy playing card games, and then recording it, and then putting on the YouTube, because that's cool, and I want to edit and stuff. Soon enough, you guys, maybe we'll see that, hopefully. I also got to reset up my stuff again, but a maelstrom of just cleanliness just went through my room, and everything's clean now, so to reorganize my setup again. But anyways, so last video, I talked about Silverthorns and how they were released as an archetype, and I was super happy. If it didn't sound like I was happy, I was actually very happy. But they finally released Luquier's effect like 2 days prior to the release of Set 12. And her effect is awesome. It's so happy. The first effect that they released that was like kind of dumb. It was kind of dumb, but it didn't make any sense. But now they released the official effect. It's now in play. I don't think I've seen it in play yet, but here it is. So I'm going to quickly talk about it, what I think about it, cons, pros. I'm kind of entering this with bias, but I'm going to try not to because that's dumb. Anyways, Limit Break 4. Counterblast 1 and choose one of your Pale Moon rearguards and lock it. If you don't know what lock is, look it up. It's everywhere in Vanguard news. It's like storming everyone because Link Joker, blah, blah. Anyways, choose one Pale Moon from your soul, call to rearguard circle, and that unit gets plus 5,000 until the end of the turn. Locked cards are turned face down and cannot do anything. Turn them face up at the end of the owner's turn. Anyways, for one counterblast, you can call a rearguard from your soul and give it plus 5,000 at the cost of diminishing one of your attacks. Now, in my opinion, I think this is actually pretty good because you can just pay one counterblast to potentially boost a rearguard effect, even though you kind of mind yourself. But in the long run, you're going to have a better field over your opponent, generally speaking, because you're going to soul charge pretty damn well with Silverthorns, as I explained from the previous of the archetype stuff. Because they can do that sort of thing. They can do it. It's broken. I shouldn't say broken, but it's very consistent. I like how the deck works. Secondly, if you got Silverthorn, Dragon Tamer, Luquier, and Soul, this unit gets plus 2,000. If you've been saving up those Silverthorn, Dragon Tamer, Luquiers up until now, then you are heavily rewarded. But if you haven't and just sell it off for Pelennor, then you suck balls. I'm not going to lie, because Luquier is the shiz and Pelennor is not the shiz. I already knew that, but that's why I kept my Luquier SPs, because Luquier is awesome, and I didn't actually think she was going to get a crossroad, but she did, and I am the rewarded. Anyways, cons, first of all, you kind of lock yourself one unit, so it's kind of diminishing your full frontal attack, especially if you're going to try to go early in game, because it's easier for them to guard your stuff. So it's kind of difficult, because you actually have to lock a unit. Plus, you have to actually counterblast one, which kind of derails from the archetype itself. For example, majority of the, not majority, but remember those two units that when they hit the Vanguard, they can call a unit by counterblasting one? If you kind of work with that with the regular Luquier, the Dragon Tamer Luquier, it's really hard to accumulate counterblast, because Luquier's counterblast is 3, which consumes a lot of your counterblast, so it's not going to be easy to just, like, completely efficient use your counterblast. You don't have to activate the previous Luquier's Limit Break, but I'm just saying that you have to be pretty wise with counterblast. You can't just go willy-nilly like Azel or Coco and stuff like that. You have to be pretty careful with your counterblast. Secondly, Silverthorns themselves don't have a lot of power in general, unlike the Amon series, which I should actually discuss later, but it doesn't have as much like boost crazy power that the other clans are getting, like Liberators, Jewel Knights, Amon himself, Revengers. Like, they don't get a lot of power. They kind of get rearguard power instead, which is kind of good. But the Vanguard herself, Luquier, kind of doesn't get power. Now for pros, she's a cross ride. She's in Pale Moons. Purple Trapezist? Purple Trapezist is a card. It's like a better Dream Painter, Nightmare Painter, White Rabbit of Inaba variant stuff. Dude, why? Why did you give it to this clan? I mean, yeah, I'm happy that they got a crossride, but come on, Purple Trapezist is a thing. I mean, it's kind of broken, don't you think? Just a little bit? Anyways. Just a little bit broken. You know, I mean, I think that's pretty. I'm gonna run one just because I can, but I mean, come on, it's free. It's so what the Anyways, and secondly, the unit that you call out a soul. I mean, unlike because you lock yourself for only one turn compared to the unit that actually stays there. The fact that if you activate the limit break early, you can just overall have a pretty like high level advantage early game if you can get hit to limit break early while you're cross-eyed, which will likely happen because it takes time to get to the cross-eyed in the first place. So by like accumulating like that resource is super good, especially since they can actually get that soul because of the Silverthorn clan in the first place. The overall, in my opinion, I think this card is actually very good. It isn't really hard, like really like punch pounding, gonna beat your face in kind of clan, but it's very consistent. I can feel the consistency. I haven't tried it yet, but I will soon, especially since it's a cross-ride of a favorite card of mine, which I completely enjoy because I love cross-rides. But for the most part, I feel like it can be very consistent. I have heard of a friend of mine, Claro, if I want me to say a real name, then tell me later, but I'm just gonna say that he proxied the deck and told me that it's overall pretty consistent. I mean, you could so charge Luquier and then you win. It's like the plays are broken. I mean, the things that it can do because it has so many manipulation as a crossride is already really good, and because it's an archetype, it can get really powerful bonuses. Though they can't really utilize the break ride that well. Overall, the archetype and this card and the crossride in general are generally really, really, really good. So thanks for watching. I should talk about more set troll stuff because they have appeared. I might not talk about Link Joker though because I kind of don't like it just because of like the art style, the way they play. I mean, they play so dirty. I mean, just like, oh, lock your stuff, oh, lock your stuff again, oh, lock. I mean, like, come on, it's so dirt. I mean, it's kind of like negating their effects. I mean, it's like it's kind of dumb and kind of understandable. Because, I mean, it's not as broken as Kagura's, where Kagura's kind of just permanently deletes them. But you can't replace the stuff with the lock. It's like, anyways, I'm not going to go into detail. Silverthorns is really, really good. I feel like they can be very consistent because they have so manipulation powers. But for the most part, this card's artwork is awesome. She looks awesome. She's 11,000. She's a cross-ride. She's a cross-ride to a really already awesome card. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.